This is the key to selling. These three things have to be accomplished before you can close anybody. Number one, they have to love your product. Write that down. They have to, number one, love your product. I can't write. I can't physically write English. It's the weirdest thing. I can type English really, really well. Okay, I can't write. Love your product. Number two, they have to trust you. Trust you. And number three, they have to trust your company. These three things, when they're not, if any one of them is missing, people will not buy. Think about it for a second. I'm a salesman and I'm selling you a car. Selling you a car, right? Let's use car sales because it goes to any sales. All right? You come down to the dealership and you love me. You've known me, in fact, for years, and you know I'm a trustworthy, honest guy, and I really always do the right thing. In fact, you know my dealership is just the same way. We're charitable, we're altruistic, give money away to the right places. We always stand behind our product, reputation for great service, right? You love me, you love my company. But you know what? You think my cars stink. Will you buy a car from me? Yes or no? Not in a million years. You will not buy a car from me if you don't love the car. If you like the car, will you buy it? Okay? If you're pitching somebody a loan modification, okay? And you get them and you go through the whole thing and then you say, what do you think? They're like, sounds pretty good. Are they going to buy? Never. It's not enough they like your product. They have to love your product. They have to think it is this. Write this down. The best thing since sliced bread. The biggest mistake salesmen make is they try to close with emotion because they read some frickin' sales masters. People don't buy on logic. They buy, oh, yes, they do. People buy on logic. Hello. We're not stupid. If you try to impulse somebody without logic, maybe you can get them for a moment. They'll renege. They'll change their mind. But closing without logic is fighting a serious, serious uphill battle. If they don't think your product is the best thing since sliced bread, you are in serious trouble trying to close them. So let's do it now. You hate my product, you love me, you love my company, sorry, sell me something else. Next scenario. You love the car, you've always wanted this car, and you love me. I'm a great person, I'm trustworthy, I'm honest, I'm altruistic, treat my friends well, have a good heart. But my company's shady, and you just know, because you've heard from everybody around town, that they ain't going to do the right thing. Will you buy from me? You'll say, can you go work at another company? Yes or yes, right? They still won't buy. Likewise, you're a consumer. You walk into a dealership, and I had this very experience less than 90 days ago. I walked into a Porsche dealership, and I just had a bug up my ass. I wanted to buy the Porsche Panamera. I wanted this car. I was going to buy this car. It's a four-door Porsche, $105,000, and it's gorgeous. I was going to buy this car. And I walked in, my girlfriend and I, we walked in as like buyer stamped on my forehead. Any salesman worth this would have said, this guy, I said, show me a pen. I would have signed my name. That's how hot I was for the car. So I go in there, and this bastard wouldn't sell me a car. I couldn't get the guy to sell me a car. He had every excuse from, he had to run the numbers, he had to do this, he had to go to the bathroom. He wouldn't sell. I never was so out of rapport with a salesman in my life. He spoke slowly, I speak quickly. He didn't enter my world where I was. He's asking me all these questions. I pulled up in a beautiful brand new BMW 750. I'm qualified. You get it? I'm wearing a nice watch. I'm qualified. Okay? I walked out. I said, I can't believe this guy wouldn't sell me a car. He wanted to. He didn't know how to. Okay? I would, at that point, buy a Porsche from anyone on the planet but him. I don't want to deal with that guy. Okay? He makes me feel like crap. I walked in a positive state, and I walked away in a negative emotional state. Because the state that you're in, does it impact the state of the people around? Yes or no? It does. Your state impacts the state of all those around you. So I walked out of the Porsche dealership, like scratching my head, like, can you believe this guy didn't sell us a Porsche? Now, I never bought the Porsche because the novelty wore off, and boom, I was out of the market. Next place I went to was a Range Rover. They said, let's get a Range Rover instead. Screw the Porsche, right? We go to a Range Rover dealership, okay? I sit down. This guy is a smoothie. He's like 52 years old, smooth car salesman. He blew the sale, too. I was going to buy a Range Rover. I was like, let's get a Range Rover. I walk in there, and we start sitting down. He's, hey, how you doing? All great. Everything's pretty good, right? We start talking, okay? I look at my watch once because I'm in a rush. Did he notice? No. Okay? He says, well, you have any family? He's trying to create rapport with me as he's doing some numbers. I said, I have a son. He's a soccer player. Then my girlfriend says, oh, yeah, my son, we have to leave soon because he's playing basketball in the league. Well, that was it. I heard for 20 minutes about his son that played for North Carolina back when Michael Jordan played for North Carolina, and how he's assigned basketball from Michael Jordan. 20 minutes. The guy went out because he thought he was creating a rapport with me. And finally said, you know what, pal, you're a nice guy. Email me a quote. He had never got around to even giving me a quote. Now, if this is a straight line here, okay? If this is the straight line, and your goal is what, right? The promised land to make a sale. This is the moment I walk into the car dealership, right? I walk in, right? Now, what's the first thing he has to do? Gain rapport, gather intelligence. Before anything, I instantly, boom, right? So he has a couple of seconds, right? 4 seconds flat to do that. The guy in the Porsche dealership, he failed. So I stayed there for a little while until I left, okay? This guy got me for the first 4 seconds. So here it is, right? In the perfect world, I would have walked and said, hey, buddy. He said, hey, how you doing? I said, don't talk to me. I want a car. Or we'll have a Range Rover. I want the black Range Rover. Great. And I'm right down the straight line, right? I go, boom. That's the perfect sale with nothing. I'm just yes, and I close, right? I walked in the great. How you doing? Great. We spoke for a bit, and we start going off the line because I didn't go right for the say I want the car. I said, hey, I want to come here to look at some cars, okay? If I say I'm here to look at some cars, okay, am I on the line or off the line? Well, I'm off the line, believe it or not. I'm almost on the line, but I'm here. If I said I'm here to buy a car, I'm on the line. Someone calls you up and says, I'm interested in credit repair. Are they on the line or off the line? They're off the line, slightly. Are they in the ballpark? Yeah. They're probably in that first archetype. They want to do it now. But they're not on the line. They're slightly off the line. This is the concept of controlling the sale. So watch what happens. So I walk into the car dealership, okay? I'm close. I'm here to look at a car. I'm interested in buying a car. We start talking. Oh, you have any family? You have any family? We start talking. He sits me down. He says, yeah, great. Oh, your son plays basketball? Yeah. My son. And he's off to Pluto. This is your boundary. Above and below the line. It's in these areas where rapport is developed and intelligence is gathered. When you go outside those areas, you're done. You're completely out of rapport. You're in Pluto. You've lost control of the sale. You're not pacing, leading, nothing. Nothing's being accomplished, and chances are you will lose the sale. So the idea is, in a very elegant and effective way, is to gain rapport and gather intelligence. Right here. Tightly, not too far off the line. By doing that, you're moving the sales forward. You're gathering necessary intelligence to close him later. See, the intelligence, watch what happens. The intelligence that you gather here, you're going to use in the back half of the sale to start narrowing down what it really is that's holding him back, and using his needs to make an airtight logical case. Write this down. And make an airtight emotional case. Both. Airtight logical case, airtight emotional case as to why he should be buying when. Now. It's not enough that he should buy now. This is goal-oriented selling. There's no 10% rapport or 30% rapport. It's all about rapport. And it's all about gathering intelligence every step of the way. Every word is deliberate, every tonal pattern you run is deliberate to elicit a certain emotion, and each one brings them along the line. And if at any point along the line you realize that A, they can't afford it, so to buy it would put them in a bad position, you stop and don't force the sale. You don't force the sale if they should not buy. Because what will happen is when you get into rapport with these people and you run a couple of language patterns, they'll say yes and do it, and they won't even know why. Have you ever been, one of the things you're going to find when you finish this training here, you're going to start seeing people trying to manipulate you. When you go to buy stuff, you'll start saying, oh shit, now I know why I bought that stuff. You were straight line without even realizing it. Now maybe they didn't call it the straight line, someone ran a pattern on you and broke a couple of your core beliefs and made a case to buy now, and boom, you did it, and you're like, why the hell did I buy that? Who's ever bought something after you're like, why did I buy that? Okay? That's why. Someone ran a language pattern on you that interrupted your logic center for a second. They made an airtight logical case, airtight emotional case, why you should buy now. They asked for the order, bam, you were in rapport, you did it. That's how we work. That's how we make our decisions. We run movies in our head. To every decision, we say, decision, okay, should I buy? I run the movie in a split second of what it's going to be like and what I'll feel like after the purchase. How will I feel owning this product and using it? How will it make me feel? So now if we're going to make a case, an emotional case, why they should buy now, we're going to have to future pace. It's called future pace. What's going to happen after they buy the product? You're going to, using words and tonal patterns, you're going to create a picture of what it's going to be like and how great they're going to feel using your product and being known as a person who makes smart decisions. Very important to people. Not just how they'll feel using the product, but how they'll feel about themselves for having made a smart decision. How they're going to look in the eyes of their family, in the eyes of people in their neighborhood, and also the fundamental shift it makes in them as human beings, that in the past they were held back from making decisions because of limiting beliefs they had. That power that they get now from making a good decision is awesome. And all that comes along the straight line. So back to this page before, or maybe it's 2 pages before, okay? What are the 3 things, okay? Number 1, they have to love your product. Logical case. This is the logical case. They must love your product. It's the best thing out there. Will they buy it? No. They love it. 2, they must trust you. And in trust comes a couple other things. They must like you. They must trust you. And also, extremely important, they must know that you what? Care. Now, how do you say it? I really care? You can't say that. But you can imply it with your tone. And it's so powerful that you'll be such tight rapport, they'll be hanging on your every word. That's the level you have to get to close everyone who's closable.